Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart, joined by Dave Koken and Adam Trigger of WagerTalk.com. We got a little AFC North action today. The Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Now, I already put the Ravens in a teaser, guys, because this one opened 2.5, total 45. The totals now come even lower, so I'm pretty happy about my teaser, except for the fact we're seeing some threes start to pop up at some pretty square books. Dave, I'm going to go to you first. Your thoughts on this Baltimore Ravens team coming back from a loss and the Cleveland Browns coming off of a bye week?
Well, I think the scheduling probably favors the Browns because they've been kind of beat up, and getting 2 weeks to kind of heal a little bit, not the worst thing in the world. But the Browns have become a team that I have no trust in whatsoever. They're better on paper than they are on the field. It's as simple as that. This team has not lived up to billing, which Cleveland fans unfortunately are used to. The Ravens also not playing great football right now, but I think they're the more trustworthy team at this point. Difficult loss last week, but not one that was absolutely shocking by any means. Got to think Lamar Jackson has a bounce back in him. I think there's more confidence on the Ravens side. I like Baltimore to win the game. It's not a game that's going to make my card. Not a lot of trust for any of the teams in this division at this point. But if I've got to bet this game, I'd go Ravens, even though the value is kind of going out the window.
Adam, Dave and I are on the same side here. That's why I kind of chickened out and went with the teasers to get them up over that touchdown, because my concern is kind of what Dave alluded to. That Steelers game, hard fought, second half. I think Harbaugh knew how banged up his team was. That's why he went for 2. Thank you, Harbaugh. I appreciate you. I was able to catch that Steelers plus 4.5, taking a little sprinkle on that money line. But your thoughts on this matchup? Are the Ravens kind of starting to be a square dog here, if you will?
I think they are, Kellen. I'm actually on the other side in this one. I haven't added it yet, but I'm looking at the Cleveland side here. Dave said it's a weird scheduling spot. It's a really weird scheduling spot because the Browns' last game was against the Ravens prior to their bye week. So they're essentially playing the Ravens in back-to-back games. And I kind of like that for Cleveland because they played a game that they really could have won. If Lamar Jackson doesn't make just a heroic play to Mark Andrews there, the Browns very well could have won that game. It was an ugly game, 16-10 final. And they get to go into their bye and get healthy and come back, make the adjustments, and play the same team. You don't see that very often in the NFL schedule, but every once in a while it does happen. The Ravens, as you guys both alluded to, very banged up. Marlon Humphrey done for the year. They have some serious injury concerns on their defense. And, you know, the concern for me with the Browns would be them scoring enough points to win this game. But if you look at what the Ravens have done for the last month, I mean, it hasn't taken many points to beat them, right? Like the Steelers beat them 20-19. They barely beat the Bears 16-13. Yes, there was no Lamar was out for that game. The Browns game was 16-10. I already talked about it. It took a tremendous play for the Ravens to win that game. Lamar Jackson threw 4 interceptions. He was terrible. And then they lost to the Dolphins 22-10. So not exactly teams that really do a ton offensively. So Cleveland, I think they can make the adjustments. They will be able to run the ball. Obviously, a little bit concerned with Mayfield's health and whatnot, but I think the Browns defense is good enough to keep a banged up Ravens team at bay. So yeah, I like the Browns in a bounce back spot here. Laying a small number. I like them. I bet them 2 weeks ago, and I came up short. But I'm strongly considering going back to the well and trying to get it back with the Browns here.
Thank you to Adam and Dave. Make sure you guys are following them on Twitter at Dave Koken, at TopFlightSI, and also head over to WagerTalk.com and check out both of their packages.